Hello everyone, my name is Lotron25 and welcome back to another redstone video. Today I have something really special for you, and it's actually a fully AFK-able mining machine operated by a single player, which makes it really much better than my previous design that I have made a couple of years ago. But before I show you the exact machine that I have built, let me just quickly show you a few changes that are coming with the 1.17 snapshots. So one of them being the cave generation, which has changed quite dramatically, and I really like the connections between those caves, as well as the shape of the new caves and things like that. But that is not the main thing that we are here for today. Actually, the main thing that we are here for today is that the world now extends all the way down to Y level -64, and that adds a whole bunch more of caves into your world. And not only that, but they have also changed the world generation in terms of ores. So the ore generation has changed quite dramatically. In the lowest parts of your world you will only be able to find diamonds, redstone, some gold ore and as well as lapis. And one of the changes also includes the exposed blocks, ore blocks, meaning that naturally exposed diamond blocks will now be much rarer to find, meaning that you will have to eventually go mining into solid rock. And that is exactly where our machine comes in. And since all of the caves are basically located above us, it's not that hard to find these huge openings in your world. Meaning that, well, it would be relatively easy to mine through this solid rock and get as many diamonds as you want. Now that we know that finding diamonds in caves will be much harder in the new versions, we have a couple of options. First of all being going directly to mining inside of strip mines, inside of stone, or you can build a giant quarry to mine all of those resources for you. But I wanted an alternative that would be kind of in between both of those, meaning that the time investment would not be super huge, but you could still benefit from this machine. Which leads us to today's machine. So this machine is actually really flexible and it can be built literally anywhere in your world where there is a huge opening under all of your caves. And the only limitation that we have are lava lakes, so you will have to take care of those and remove all of the lava sources. And also you will not want to have any caves in the area that you are mining in. So those are the only limitations, but in terms of sizes, this can be extended all the way to whatever dimensions you want, and it doesn't have to be any certain sizes. The version of this machine that we are currently looking at is half mined, so let's go to a brand new one so I can show you exactly how much digging is required for this machine to work. This is the exact same machine that I have been showing you earlier, but the blocks just haven't been mined out yet. And so this is an example of how much mining would you have to do in order to get this machine running. So first of all we have a almost 4x4 tunnel going all the way to that side, then we need a 2-block rail going into this side, and then we also have this much digging to do, so this will be a 2x2 tunnel as well as this 1x2 tunnel over here. And well, that is really not that much if you think about it, because all of those blocks that are inside this area will eventually get mined, and that will be by AFKing player, meaning that you will save quite a lot of time. Now I will show you how to start up this machine. So first of all you will want to have your inventory filled up with diamond blocks as well as redstone ore blocks, lapis ore blocks and iron ore blocks. And the reason being is that when you will go through this mining machine, you will want to pick up as many of those ores as you want. Well, in case you don't need them, you don't have to put them in your inventory, but I still think that it's quite a convenient thing to do. And then you will want to have at least one pickaxe in your hand. And those pickaxes will have to be unbreaking pickaxes, and preferably netherite pickaxes, because they will last much longer and you will not have to change your pickaxes as frequently as if you would have, let's say, a wooden pickaxe. Also, efficiency is also good, but please do not have too fast pickaxes, because you will break this rail over here because you will be mining too fast. And silk touch is also preferable, so we can store those ores for later. So then you will want to have to align yourself at this exact angle that is here on the sign, so 27.3 degrees. And after that you will press the following keys, so forward, left click as well as right click, and also D. And that will make your player go in the right direction. So we have preset this selector to go to this tunnel. So we will go directly into this tunnel and start mining. And you have noticed that if we would have any faster pickaxes, I would actually destroy the blocks that I'm standing on, and that is also one reason why I went with efficiency 2 diamond pickaxes. But what happens when our player reaches the end of the line? Well, he will get guided by those slabs that we have placed here, and since our player is not too small, he will not be able to walk below them, except when he is holding shift key, but that is not happening in our case, so he will just go directly to the right because he is pressing the right key button. And also he's not able to mine anything because all the blocks are out of his reach. This tunnel will be as long as you want, and it will depend totally on the length of your quarry, but eventually he will arrive at the end station. Here we have a pressure plate that will trigger the selector to go into the next tunnel, as well as another pressure plate to dispense the minecart for the player. And since our player is holding right click, he will directly go into the minecart and be shot directly back through this railway over here. So this part is not problematic at all. The problematic part becomes when the rail turns to the left, meaning that our player is now able to kind of mine the rails below him. But since our pickaxes are not that fast, he will not do that and everything will be okay. At the end of the line we have an activator rail, meaning that our player will be ejected out of the rail and then he will end up in the selector tunnel again. This selector tunnel is basically nothing else than a chain of droppers which are just dispensing items from one dropper to another, and wherever there is a 1 block gap in those droppers, that is the tunnel that our player will be mining. So there we have it, a player-based mining machine. And in this current configuration that I have showed you, it's AFK-able for up to 2 hours, and then you will have to exchange the pickaxe for a brand new one, since this one will break, and currently we do not have a mechanism for exchanging a pickaxe for a brand new one. But now let's talk about how reliable this machine actually is. So my previous version had a lot of problems because we were using flying machines to push the player back and forward. But that is now fixed because we have switched to a minecart based system which is much more robust and secure, because the player is now stuck to the minecart and the minecart will move no matter what. And that was actually suggested in the comment section of my previous video. But while building this machine I have encountered some problems that are not directly related to this machine, but it was more to how to press the keys and it being reliable. So if you use something like a hardware interface like a keyboard or a mouse and just put something heavy on your key, that is not really reliable sometimes, and I really suggest that you try a software alternative to achieve the same thing, because it will save you a lot of time. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed watching today's video, because it really took a lot of time to create and I think that it's quite a neat little machine that I have built. But thank you all for watching. If you guys have any more questions, let me know in the comment section down below, where I will also post a world download link to this machine that I have built, and see you in another video. Thanks for watching.